do my best to talk you through this. Now, I've noticed that a lot of these smaller stems, anything under about 1/4 inch has a higher chance of breaking. So you want to grab it as far down on the stem as you can, close to the base. If you try to break it up top, it will snap like that sometimes, especially when they're dry after the first treatment and you leave them over winter. So if they're giving you trouble coming up, a lot of times you can take the hook part, stick it down into the ball, kick it down, and you'll grab a hold and you'll pull the root system out that way. So whenever you're doing this, again, try to keep it down to the base. Right now I have it up a little bit, and when I grab it, a lot of times it will snap if the tree is or the bush is weak. That one actually came out. And I've noticed that if you do this in a pattern, it actually helps alternate your sides back and forth. You can see I can flip it easily and release whatever bush that I have in the claw. And when I have it in my right hand supporting it, I usually have it facing down to where the claw opens up on its own. I can drop it right down on top of the stem. I can push it to my right, the top of the handle to my right. Now I have it in the alternate phase where I have the claw on my left hand side supported with my left hand. And what I do is I usually just roll it on my knee to help support it. It uses less of my upper arms to do this over a long period of time. It saves your arm strength for the long day's work, so that way you're not exhausting yourself too quickly. From here, I tend to have the ability to just kind of slam it down on top. You get used to it. As you can see, you get pretty good at aiming the head of the bar on top of the stem. And I can do that over and over again, and again, putting up my knee to release it. And then when I want to alternate, put it down and start going on the other side. Now it's on my right hand side supporting it, and I can just rotate it around as I'm pulling these stumps out. And then I'm ready to switch again. I'll just move it to the other side. Constantly keeping an eye out for my surroundings, enjoying the sounds I'm hearing from the birds and the rest of the wildlife. Keeping my eye out for any turtles or snakes that I don't want to hurt with slamming this thing down on a turtle. I don't want to step on a snake. I don't want to reach down and grab a smaller bush honeysuckle stem that can be pulled out easily with the hand and accidentally grab a snake. So you got to keep your eyes on your surroundings, ears to your surroundings, know your environment, but most of all, enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy being out in nature, in your own forest especially, and know that you're managing and being a good steward of the land that God provided you. So, some other things to keep in mind when you're dealing with multiple stem plants. A lot of times what you can do is you can grab both at the same time and the claw will evenly grab them and they'll pull out together. If you have a mismatched size, you can sometimes grab the one. I don't think I have any around to demonstrate, but if you have them with mismatched size, you can grab one side, pull that one side out, and then go back and take care of the second one. A lot of times they will split apart if they're big enough because they're not actually one plant or they have a weak point in the middle. They'll split, make it easier to pull out, and less strain on you trying to pull a whole plant out, and less chance of it breaking and snapping your arms back and hyperextending them. So I hope that helped you in your own project. Again, this is meant to be enjoyable. It is a lot of work, but when you start seeing the transformation of your forest, you'll see why it is important to be a good steward of your forest.